Hi everybody, my name is Scott Kent. I am your son or daughter's English teacher at Centennial High School, and I just wanted to take a few minutes to introduce myself to you. I'm not going to be able to make curriculum night tomorrow night, so I wanted to reach out to you to say hi, introduce myself, and also to talk a little bit about the course this year. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at the end. I'll try to rush through this. I know that I've probably got about 4 minutes before you guys are done listening to me, so I'll do what I can. So this is a 10th grade college prep English class. I've been teaching English at Centennial for 18 years now, so for quite some time, and English is a passion of mine. You'll probably hear that I also teach computer science, but I just couldn't imagine not teaching English. So I'm thrilled to have your kids this year. It's been a great class, and I'm excited to see what the year brings. So let's dive in. So course content. Our course is going to focus in on writing, reading, speaking, and analyzing. So obviously we're going to try to get kids to be able to think for themselves, to be able to think critically about problems, about the world around them, things that they read or view. And really, we want them to be able to analyze that, to critically examine what they do, and to be able to understand what it is that someone is trying to convince them of, and to try to figure out the truthfulness of that. But all of that's great if they understand it, but if they can't articulate that vision back to the world, it's not really that good, because they can't engage in the conversation. So, we will talk a lot this year about writing and speaking, and making sure that our students are capable of expressing really complex ideas in the simplest terms possible, so that people can understand what it is that they're saying, and that they can join the conversation on the subjects that they think are important. Classroom rules for me are pretty straightforward. This is not something that I spend a lot of time on with the kids, other than enforcing this. So I just want them to be respectful of themselves, of each other, and of me. We haven't really had a problem with that this year, so I think we're off to a great start, like I said, and we just have to keep up with it. But that's the biggest thing for me, is if we're all respectful and in the same place and there for the same reasons, we'll be good. The second piece, and this one typically tends to be harder, and I hope to get your support at this at home, but is to care. Of all the subjects, English is the easiest to defend, and why it's important for students to know, how to understand the world around them, and that's what English does, and then how to articulate their views back to the world. So, to me, the caring about the work that they do, and not just showing up to be present, but actually being there and actually engaging in the course is a really important thing. And I hope that you'll help me emphasize that at home as well as I do at school. And then finally is do good work. Too often our students are obsessed with grades, or something else that's going on in their life. And to me, it's really important that they care about the work that they do, and they see the importance of it. So I'll be pushing that at school a lot, and you'll hear a lot. A student will come in and do something that they feel like should have gotten a good grade. Maybe they did all the work, but they didn't put in their best effort, and that is something that I demand of them, that they give me their best effort all the time in class. My methods, the way that the class is run, really, it's a project-based learning environment. So most of the stuff that we'll do, the students will be sort of guiding their own instruction. I'll be there with them, always demanding excellence of them, and making sure that they're asking the right questions. But they'll be guiding a lot of the work. They'll be organizing it and pushing it forward. So that's important to me. Also, personalized learning. This is a buzzword that gets thrown around a lot in education, but none of our students are at the same place. I have a son and a daughter. And they are at two extremely different places in their academic career, and I would hate to think of a school treating them the same, and so we don't do that here at Centennial, and specifically in my classroom, I absolutely don't. The idea is that I want your kids to come to class with an understanding of what it is that they want, what they care about, and it's my job to help them use those things that they're interested in to help teach the tools that they need to be successful in that world. Also, so when we think about late work, I hate to discuss like detailed rules about late work and all of that. It gets tedious, and there's always exceptions. But what I'll say is that the proactive and mature students will win every single time. If your student is struggling, or they have to work at night, or they have too much homework one night, if they reach out to me ahead of time and let me know that there's a problem, I will absolutely be there for them. There are times that I can't get everything that I need done at work, and I get extensions on those things, and your students can too, but they can't come to me at the very end and say, hey, this is an assignment that I was supposed to have in yesterday, but I didn't do it, so can I get an extension? you really need to be proactive and mature about the way that they handle it. They need to think of this as a job. If they do that, we won't have a problem, and I'll work with them, and until they get the information or the time that they need to complete the task at hand. But they've got to be mature and proactive. And then also be present. This is a big issue now. Students are oftentimes absent, and when they are, it really makes it hard for the teachers to really engage them and to keep them motivated. And so I ask that you try to get your kids to school every day to make sure that they're present in their classes so that they can participate with that. Especially with project-based and personalized initiatives, if they're out a day or two, it can really cause problems and get them, they can fall behind, and we want to avoid that whenever possible. So if you can help with that at home, it would be great. And finally, here's my contact information. I'm at kents@fultonschools.org, so you can reach out to me at any time. I'm at the school both day and night, so whenever you need me, you can get there. You can find me there. Also, the assignments and information that I post for the classroom are all available on Google Classroom. My suggestion is just to get your students' login information so that you can log in as them and see what their work is, and set the app up on your phone so that you can get reminders when assignments are due. If they're struggling with that, if they're independent, great. But if they need that support, it's a good way to do it. And finally, the syllabus is available online at the link there, and then also on Google Classroom. So, I hope to get to meet you guys all at some point. If you have any needs or concerns, please reach out to me on email. I'd be glad to answer and talk to you at any time we can to make this a successful year. So thank you.